This episode begins from the Horn of Africa region, where Ethiopia's deal to lease a port in Somalia's breakaway region of Somaliland has infuriated the government in Mogadishu and prompted concerns it will further destabilize that region. Under a memorandum of understanding signed on January 1st, landlocked Ethiopia would lease 20 kilometers or 12 miles around Somaliland's port of Berbera for 50 years in exchange for stakes in Ethiopian state-run companies and possible recognition as an independent nation. Here is our cover report with more details.
A deal with many implications. Somalia calls it an act of aggression and says it will block it. Ethiopia calls it merely a commercial arrangement to address a need for access to the sea. The Mogadishu government considers Somaliland an integral part of Somalia, even though it enjoys effective autonomy. The uproar caused hundreds of Somalis to demonstrate. The government in Mogadishu said it recalled its ambassador to Ethiopia and appealed to the international community to stand against what it called the blatant assault on its sovereignty.
No one has the power to give away a piece of Somalia. Our grandfather refused, our forefathers refused, and our mothers refused. We ourselves refuse to give our land, and it is not possible. Somali people will never accept it.
Ethiopia lost sea access in the early 1990s when its then province Eritrea seceded after a 3-decade war. Abiy's drive to reclaim it is seen as enjoying wide political support. The Prime Minister also wants a sea base for Ethiopia's navy that has been rebuilt in recent years, but is currently limited to conducting training exercises on an inland lake.
As we repeatedly stated previously, we do not wish to use force on anyone. Rather, we will use what we have cooperatively. This is the good news we bring to all the people of Ethiopia, Somaliland, and all the peace and development-loving people on this first day of the new year.
We are very happy and we thank the Ethiopian Prime Minister as we signed the agreement here. We allow them 20 kilometers of our sea and they will recognize us as an independent state. They will become the first state to recognize Somaliland after the signing of this MOU.
Given the chronic instability in Somalia, Ethiopia and Sudan as well, as the Horn of Africa's strategic location across the Red Sea from the Gulf, some analysts fear the dispute could draw in outside actors if it escalates. Middle Eastern powers, including Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Turkey and Qatar, are vying for influence in the region by making economic investments, opening military bases and selling weapons. So far, no country has publicly backed the port deal. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi of Egypt has a frosty relationship with Ethiopia related to a dispute about a dam Ethiopia built on a tributary of the Nile River. Sisi said on Sunday he would not allow anyone to threaten Somalia.
We will not allow anyone to threaten Somalia, and we will not allow anyone to harm Somalia. I say this very clearly to anyone trying Egypt and trying to threaten its brothers, especially if our brothers ask us to stand by them.
The UAE, a strong ally of Ethiopia and Somaliland that manages the Berbera port through state-run DP World, has not commented on the deal beyond the Arab League statement. The negotiations persist as regional leaders continue with their mediation efforts. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.